Portmore is important to the Jamaica Labour Party. Let me say that again because I don't think you heard me. Portmore is important to the Jamaica Labour Party. And I want to congratulate Portmore G2K for putting on this education forum. It is critical that the Labour Party interacts in meaningful ways with the people of Portmore. It is important that we establish fora in which we can exchange ideas, not just me coming to talk to you, but to get a healthy opportunity for you to express your views to me, so that the Jamaica Labour Party, when we form government, can have a good idea as to what it is that the people of Portmore would want to happen for their community. Does anybody here know what the population of Portmore is? Anybody has a clue? In the last census, it is estimated by the census that Portmore's population is somewhere in the region of 150,000. 150,000. But I see where your former mayor, your past mayor, has said that that figure is incorrect. I am inclined to believe him. Indeed, I'm inclined to believe what Mike Henry has been saying for years, that we are undercounting our population. The census say we have somewhere in the region of close to 2.7 million people, 2.69 million persons in Jamaica. But I won't tell you what I think the real figure is, but I think it is more than that. But in Portmore, the official estimate for the population is 150,000. Portmore, as you know, is a part of St. Catherine. And the population of St. Catherine is estimated to be somewhere in the region of 535,000 people. That would make it the second largest parish in Jamaica. But your past mayor, and as I said, I'm inclined to agree with him, estimated that the population of Portmore was somewhere in the region of 300,000. And I see by the nods that you are inclined to believe that figure as well. So whatever the figure is, whether it is between 150,000 or 300,000, which is twice that amount, Portmore is larger than almost 9 of the other parishes in Jamaica. If you go by the 300,000 mark, then Portmore would be the second largest parish in Jamaica, because then it would be larger than St. Catherine, of which it is now a part. So just by sheer numbers, Portmore is an important population center in Jamaica. You agree with that? The Jamaica Labour Party, by virtue of the last election, we only have one official elected representative for this important population center. We are not satisfied with that. It means that we will have to work harder. It means that we will have to put in place the required leadership. It means that we will have to put in place the candidates with the appeal to the citizens of Portmore. It means that we have to address the issues that face the people of Portmore to make us relevant to the people of Portmore. It means that when we sit at the planning table in the Jamaica Labour Party Belmont Road headquarters, the community of Portmore must come up as a priority in our dialogue, in our discussions, to show that we feel that Portmore is important, not just to Portmore, but as a major population center. Portmore is in fact important to the development of Jamaica as a whole. And I make the point to you because Portmore isn't just by virtue of the statistics, possibly the second largest parish. And you hear I use the word parish, you hear that slip? Portmore isn't just by virtue of its population, the second largest geographical area of population density. Portmore also has, just by virtue of that, probably the highest concentration of young people in Jamaica. Let me share a little statistic with you. Never before in the history of Jamaica has Jamaica had so many young people in its population than it does now. 66% of the Jamaican population by the last census is between 0 and 40. Young people by UN standards stop at 39. But you know, age is just a number, it's just how you feel. So I still feel young even though I just passed that mark. But that is an important statistic. 66% of the population is between 0 and 40. 50% of the population is between 18 and 35. You heard that one? 50% of the Jamaican population is between 0 and 35. Sorry, between 18 and 35. Thank you, my journalist friend. I was reading your face and I saw I made the error. That means you're following me carefully. Now, I believe that the percentages are probably a little bit more for Portmore. I think the concentration of young people is higher in Portmore than elsewhere. It means that when we come to think about the development of Portmore, we are going to have to think seriously about how we provide for the youth in Portmore. And I want to say a few things on how we see Portmore developing. The present government put in place something called the municipality. Have you ever wondered what is a municipality? You understand what a municipality means? In a sense, the municipality is a defined area for local government. But not just general local government. Municipal management speaks to a kind of depoliticized management of a local area. It means managing the area not so much by virtue of a political representative, but by city managers. That's a general understanding of what a municipality is. You still have your political heads, but it's really city management. It's really managing the city, not so much on political decisions, but on management decisions. What is right for the city? It's about taking the management decisions for the regular running of a city. So you deal with things like waste disposal, provision of water, town planning, all those decisions. You don't really need to have any significant political input in making those decisions. If garbage want to move, garbage want to move. You get the lowest quote to move the garbage, and that is the man who gets it. But the idea of a municipality also suggests that its management is independent of a central government. In other words, the municipality would have the ability to levy its own taxes, make its own development plans, and put in place the necessary resources to execute those plans. In a real sense, I don't know if Portmore has that kind of independence. In a real sense, I don't know if the municipality of Portmore can take independent and effective decisions. I heard the Prime Minister, when she came here a few months ago, say that the people of Portmore must make their own development plans. And when I listen to such statements, it just shows the limited understanding that we have of governance. How many development plans have been made? It's not just now that we're talking about local government reform. It's not just now that we've been putting all kind of plans to develop all kind of community. And they never come to fruition because there is no resources behind them. So we have a municipality, but if you ask yourself, has the municipality really transformed Portmore? Does it have the resources to transform Portmore? Can it levy its own taxes to carry out the mission of transformation? When you go and ball on the poor mayor, he, like everybody else, and probably worse than everybody else, has to depend on the same central funds, or depend on the parish council under which this municipality falls. So when we talk about making some serious changes for Portmore, we mustn't just give lip service. And this present government has been very good at giving lip service, doing all kinds of things and making it sound good, but we don't really ask the searching questions about these things. So we take what they say. But if you start to ask a question and dig into it, you'll find that it don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. I think a better idea would be to give Portmore parish status.